It's that time of year again where we reflect on the previous 12 months and be thankful for our health, our freedom, our family and our friends. And when I say friends, I mean you. Today I'm picking up my aeroplane after its maintenance here at Aero Anglia at Elmset in Suffolk and flying it back to my base at Redhill, where I'll be tying it down and tucking it in for the Christmas break. Join me for the flight. Let's reminisce on 2024, and if you stay with me through to the end, I'll share what I think is some really exciting news about what's to come in 2025. First and foremost though, I want to say a huge thank you to you for sticking with me over this last year, and in many cases for many years. It's been a huge pleasure to share what's great about general aviation flying in the UK. India Victor passed its annual with flying colours, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it's running now. It's had a new LED landing light, the step that was badly corroded has been smartened up, and you'll notice that my ADF has been removed and sent off for repair. I'm told I'll need that in 2025. More on that shortly. So follow along with me as I enjoy my flight home on this cold winter's day and use the opportunity to look back at some of the year's flying highlights. Watersham traffic, Golf India Victor's a Piper Arrow, lining up runway 23 at Elmset, immediate departure, Watersham traffic. Power set, good RPMs, T's and P's are in the green, no warning lights. There's 50. And we're up. Difficult to see where we're going there with the sun straight in the eyes. Tap the brakes and gear up. Gear travelling. Time is 4:1. Power's good, T's and P's are good. And safe height, so flaps coming away. And accelerating. Landing light. Flaps, gear, auto gear. Nice smooth air on a cold winter's day.
Warning. Aircraft ahead, 12 o'clock, 1.5 miles, 500 feet above, passing left to right.
Being warned about traffic, which I can see ahead. Oh, we've got T's and P's are in the green. Leaning a little bit. Okay, we're on track. ...2024 began with a first. I was the first video journalist in the world to fly and report on the new Cirrus SR22 G7.
Hey John, time to have some fun.
Yes! I was taken through all its new features, cockpit layout, and even hand flew an ILS approach into Birmingham at sunset.
Minimums.
It was an amazing experience, and I'm grateful to Cirrus for giving me that opportunity. There was more new aircraft and technology on show at Aero Friedrichshafen in Germany. On this year's visit, I reported on the explosion of innovation in the microlight world. But from the new and high-tech to a rare and novel old-timer, flying reporter follower Mark Hansen was kind enough to take me flying in his Cessna Skymaster 337 with its twin central thrust engines. It was a short flight over the Isle of Wight, but most enjoyable nonetheless.
Most people will say that the plane is too noisy. To me, it sounds like it's playing a tune and I love it.
Thank you to Mark and all the aviators who shared their passion and pride over the last year. I'm keen to show on here what's great about general aviation flying in the UK. Now I know it's nothing like other parts of the world where they have it so easy, so cheap, but there is something that we do here that makes us the envy of the world, something we do really well. That's airfield cafes and restaurants, and I visited my fair share of them in 2024. My Aerodrome review series was started to encourage pilots to visit new places, to travel further and try new things.
The tower is here.
From stunning Pembrokeshire, the home of Haverfordwest Airfield,
Golf Bravo Charlie India Romeo Blackbush information.
To Hampshire and the tricky airspace around Blackbush. I've not only reported on the airfield procedures and local hazards, I've explored the local area, shown where you might stay overnight, and of course, tried out the aerodrome food options. And who could forget my visit to Lyon-Solent? Billed as the closest UK airfield to a beach, I put it to the test. From touchdown to splashdown, less than 3 minutes. Southend radar, Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor, request home transit.
Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor, Southend radar, pass your message.
Easing our way through the skies and talking to us in efficient yet polite ways, air traffic services have done themselves proud in 2024. Not a single request denied, information given when asked, and traffic avoided with their help. A big thank you from me to the controllers, FISOs and air ground operators. I know many of you will be working over the Christmas break, but we are all grateful that you're there, keeping us all safe.
Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor, cleared to cross Southend controlled airspace, routing Northey Island, Gateway Port, VFR, not above altitude 2,400 feet.
Into transit, Southend controlled airspace, Northey Island, London Gateway Port, VFR, not above altitude 2,400 feet. Golf Bravo Mike, India Victor.
Golf India Victor, correct.
I've published almost 50 videos on the channel this year. That's almost one a week. And I've released a similar number of bonus videos on my Supporters Club channel. It's been my busiest year to date, but the hard work seems to be paying off now, with viewing figures and subscriber numbers rising. It hasn't been all work. I have actually used India Victor for pleasure as well. Well, it would be rude not to. I flew the family to France twice this year. Firstly to Paris, landing at Longyear Airfield in the east of the city, conveniently located for Disneyland. Bertie, James and I had a great time, and Bertie even said it was his best break we've ever had as a family. Later in the year, Bertie and I flew to an airfield to the west of Paris where we stayed at a Centre Parcs, helping to entertain him during the school break. Our longest flight of 2024 was probably our trip over to Dublin. We flew over the Irish Sea to Weston Airfield. As well as having a family break there, all of us helped out with the Special Day of Flying, a charity event for children with additional needs. Bertie volunteered while James and I filmed the day for the event's main sponsors. I love the Special Day of Flying, and I do hope that we can all go back and help out again in 2025. And it's so great what they do there, helping those children and their families experience flights thanks to the volunteer efforts of all of those involved and of course the pilots. The Special Day of Flying wasn't the only charitable endeavour we were involved with in 2024. There was the Flying Reporter Meetup Marathon, and what a huge success that was. It was a marathon day of flying around 12 airfields in 12 hours, raising money for Airability. At each stop we had a meet-up with Flying Reporter followers, giving out signed photos, collecting money and posing for selfies. My co-pilot Scott and I had such a fun day meeting so many of you, and the whole event raised a huge amount of money for the Airability charity. If you donated, thank you so much. You helped us raise more than £8,300, which was amazing. I started this video by talking about how we should all be thankful for our health, and that was quite a meaningful thing for me to say, I think, this year, because at the end of 2023 I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which came as quite a shock, and I actually thought that my flying might be over. They also discovered I had quite high blood pressure, moderately speaking. But I worked really hard in 2024, and you'll be pleased to know that I was able to reverse type 2 diabetes, which is not the easiest thing to do, to be fair, and the blood pressure is now under control. So I'm living a much healthier life right now. My diet's better, lifestyle's a lot better, a lot healthier. I want to thank you especially for willing me on and supporting me through that journey. Many of you were so kind when I was diagnosed and shared your own experiences and gave me lots of advice and support. and that has truly helped me in 2024. So thank you for making the Flying Reporter a healthier being at the end of the day. And it can be done. If you're in that same situation, don't give up. I remember when I was told I had type 2 diabetes, I went to the supermarket and I just went round the aisle saying, I can't eat that, I can't eat that, I can't eat that, and I just thought my life was going to be miserable. But it's hard. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it can be done.
Stay watching for news of something exciting that's coming next year. And before I make my approach into Redhill, I just want to recognise those people who really made everything possible in 2024. This niche little aviation channel wouldn't be here without the generous support of my Supporters Club members. They pay a small monthly fee for bonus content and updates. Thank you to you. I need to also thank my advertisers and sponsors. Their input comes not only in the form of hard cash, they also give moral support and guidance. You know who you are. Thank you so much. A special thank you to AOPA UK, the independent voice of general aviation, who stuck with me in 2024. I'm an AOPA member, and you can join too with a 25% discount if you use my special discount link. Terms and conditions apply to that offer. And Echelon Air, it was Echelon actually who connected me with Cirrus for that flight in the G7 back in January. Echelon is a Cirrus training centre based at London Biggin Hill Airport. They provide bespoke training in a modern fleet of Cirrus aircraft, tailoring the training around you and your goals.
Well, we better get ready for landing. Fuel is on the tank with the fullest. Radios, or mixture-rich radios, are tuned. Engine temperatures and pressures. Direction indicator is aligned. Altimeter 9097. Golf India Victor Goldstein.
Golf India Victor, join left downwind, runway 06, number 1.
Join left hand downwind 06, number 1, Golf India Victor. Brakes undercarriage is down through greens, mixture is rich, fuel is on the tank with the fullest.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll find a way. Live your truth and good will come to you.
Golf India Victor, final runway 06 to land.
Golf India Victor, runway 06, 7.360 degrees, 5 knots, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 06, Golf India Victor.
Sweet home.
Well, 2024 has been amazing. It could have been better. I haven't done nearly enough flying. What about you? I mean, the British weather has been pretty difficult this year. We had a few trips planned that never happened. Our usual summer trip never happened because of weather. So ultimately in 2025, looking forward, I want to do more flying. I did 100 hours this year, which isn't bad, but I want to do more next year and I want to go further. So touring is top of my list, and expect me to travel further in 2025. And to help me with that, I have a little announcement to end this video today. Many of you have often said, John, why don't you get an instrument rating? As many of you will know, I have the British quirky restricted instrument rating that is very restrictive. I can't use it outside the UK. I can't fly in the airways and Class A airspace, which is quite limiting and makes instrument flying quite hard work. Well, the news that you've all been waiting for, or many of you have been telling me to do for a long time, is I have now started the theoretical knowledge course for the competency-based IR. That means I will come away hopefully with a full IR by summer next year. I've got about 6 months of theory study to do, Then of course some practical training. I'll be able to credit lots of my instrument hours towards that, so I don't have to do a massive instrument course, but probably looking at 10 to 20 hours of training. And then finally, hopefully in 2025, I will get my instrument rating. And what about you? What are you going to do in 2025 to make it better from a flying perspective than the year before? Pop your thoughts and what your plans and goals are for 2025 in the comments.